welcome back to another Menu Monday. This week I did something a little different, and there's a little hometown grocery store just down the road. I think most of the places I've ever lived have them. It's like the one you run to get something locally. The Walmart here is 45 minutes away, so it takes me an hour and a half to go pick up groceries from Walmart, but they still have the best prices around. So what I did is went to the local grocery store's website, looked at the weekly flyer, and compared prices to those of Walmart on like meats and things like that. So this week I got a roast for $4.99. The cheapest one at Walmart was $6.34. I got pork loin for $5.99. Walmart was $7.66. My pork chops were $2.49 a pound. Walmart's were $3.38 to $5, depending on what kind you got. So again, a lot more expensive. And then lastly, I bought peppers that were $1.29. Walmart's was $1.48. So I purchased those at the local grocery store, and then I ordered everything else at Walmart. I did it for next week's Menu Monday as well, and I'll show you some really good deals on that. So instead of making out my menu and then purchasing the groceries, I'm sort of doing it in reverse now. I look at the groceries and see what's on sale, and then I work my menu around that. I did some pantry shopping and dinners. I have a RV, so it only lasted a couple of weeks, and I pretty much depleted my pantry, so I had to start over. So I hope you enjoy these meals. So without further ado, let's get cooking. This was an absolutely fantastic dinner. Big Daddy and I both ate way too much. Unfortunately, it was a Sunday and he didn't go to work. So we ended up laying around FaceTiming the grandkids and just really having an early night. But anyway, we enjoyed it and would definitely do it again. I had 2 zucchinis. We had so much left over, I put in the notes that 1 zucchini would be fine for 2 people. Even possibly 3. You can see here in a little bit, I'm going to speed it up for you, but I made 2 trays out of the 2 zucchini that I had. So the first thing you do is cut your zucchini in half again, and then another half. So you've got like steak fries. Then you're going to put them in flour, and then the egg, and then the panko mixture. I found putting them in bowls and just working with a fork was easy, so that's how I did it. Of course, you could use bags or however you like to do it. So here we go. We're going to take the zucchini, we're going to dredge it in the eggs and then the panko, and then get it on my air fryer tray, which I did spray with olive oil. Here we are with 1 tray done. We're going to work on the second one now. I cooked them in the air fryer at 400. Just do it until they're crispy. I think mine took about 20 minutes. Unfortunately, I didn't film cooking the French dip, but it's super simple. You put the beef roast and the 2 cans of soup in the crock pot, cook it on high for 5 to 7 hours or low 8 to 11. And just then you saw those ingredients. You can freeze that screenshot and you'll have your directions too. This is the finished dish. It was absolutely delicious, like I said. And here's the dipping sauce ingredients and the ingredients for the zucchini. For this recipe, unfortunately, you won't see me cooking because it was something I did late in the day. I went to the store, local grocery store, that was having a sale on some meats, and this is one I picked up along with many others, was a ham steak from Smithfield. It was $3.78. I put it together with some baked beans, baked potato, and some cornbread. It was really good, and I think I'm just going to keep a ham steak on hand to throw together at the last minute. I just fried it in a pan. I seasoned the green beans with some butter, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper, and we did sour cream and cheese on the potato. Even the guys at work were a little jealous of Big Daddy's dinner, which you see here. I'm not counting this as one of this week's meals, but I just wanted to throw it in here in case you need something quick and easy. First thing to do for dinner tonight is get the potatoes peeled. I'm just going to make some mashed potatoes on the stove. Now for the pork chops, we're going to put some olive oil in the bottom of the Instant Pot, and then we're going to cook or brown. I'm not going to cook these pork chops all the way through, we're just going to brown them on the outside. And just season with some salt and pepper and get those going. I have the Instant Pot set on saute medium so as they don't burn. Now all the pork chops are brown, we're going to mix the bouillon with the water. You can use chicken broth if you want to. I just make my own. This is 1.5 cups. And then you want to get all the brown bits off the bottom of the pot so you don't get a burn notice. So get that scraped. I use a wooden spoon. I find it cleans up very quickly. And after we do that, we're going to put the pork chops back into the liquid and set this on set this on pressure cook high and for 8 minutes, and then just let it naturally release. while we're waiting on the pork chops, I'm going to do the mashed potatoes because they're soft now. I just used butter and milk and some like ranch package, but I have the bottle. My favorite way to do potatoes is with sour cream, and I didn't have any, so this is what I did today. And of course, it's mashed potatoes. They were wonderful. I did like the ranch dressing on there. I was going to use the Uncle Chris's, and I thought, well, I think I could do some ranch potatoes, and they were very good. Now the potatoes are done, Big Daddy and I decided to have our salad. The dressing's not on there. And while we were waiting on the pork chops. Now once the pork chops are done, you're going to mix in, let's see, I did the chicken soup, but the recipe calls for a cream of mushroom soup and 1.5 cups of sour cream. But as you know, I didn't have any sour cream, so I just made a cornstarch slurry and put the pressure cooker on saute low, and that thickened it up just fine. Came together very quickly. It was a wonderful dinner. This is what it looks like, and here are your ingredients. I hope you give this one a try. It's one of our favorites. The first thing we're going to do today is cook the chicken, because the recipe calls for 2 cups cooked and chopped. So this should probably be like chicken breast cut up, but this is all I had on hand, so this is what I used, and it's ground chicken.
Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
In addition, I have water boiling for the egg noodles, so I'm going to put those in now. Now, I did half this recipe, just so you know, because it was just Big Daddy and I. It still made a lot. I think we could, well, I know he took some for dinner, and I had leftovers the next day, so you could probably feed 4 people with this halved.
You set my world on fire.
And now the noodles are cooked and the chicken's done. We're going to put everything together in the casserole dish, giving it a good stir. First, I'm putting in the noodles and the chicken, and then we're going to add cream of chicken soup, milk, cheddar cheese, frozen peas and carrots, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, some parsley, and I added some garlic lovers seasoning that I got off of Amazon. All the ingredients and the measurements are going to be at the end of this clip, and also on my website, which is going to be linked down below. That's rvlifeintheusa.com, and this post with all these recipes, just click on the links in the comment box.
You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile. What is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the sun, we don't care about the others. You said
Now everything's in here. We're going to give it a good stir.
you're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay.
The recipe didn't call to put cheese on top, but I thought that'd be a nice touch. We're going to cover this in foil and get this in a 350 degree oven, and that cooks for 30 minutes or until heated through. It was really, really good. We had this with one of our side salads, and here are your ingredients.
I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you. I just need you. I don't know what.
This squash casserole recipe was given to me from my friend Anita, so if you're watching, thank you. We still love it 7 years later. But I put the squash, the bell pepper, and the onion, which I cut up, into the frying pan and cooked that down. Drain out any liquid. You add that to the 2 eggs, the mayonnaise, and the 2 cheeses, which is Parmesan and cheddar, and you mix everything together and put it in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes or until it's brown on top. This is delicious. My nieces love it better than macaroni and cheese, so if that tells you anything. Doesn't that look fantastic? I had strips this time. I usually chop it a little smaller, that's the bell pepper, but it still tasted delicious. Now for the pork loin, I'm going to cook that in my egg. This is a pre-seasoned applewood smoked bacon pork loin from Smithfield, and I just put this in my air fryer. Now my air fryer is really small. I don't remember what quart or whatever it is, but you can fit it in here if you cut it in half, and it's perfect size for Big Daddy and I don't need anything big in the camper. So I cut this in half, I put the little bits of bacon on top, and I cooked this until it was cooked all the way through to 145 degrees. And I think my temperature was somewhere around 375. But the directions are on the back of those pork loins. Now everything's all ready. I'm going to dish up our plates and enjoy this wonderful dinner. All your ingredients are at the end of this clip, and of course link in the comment box below to the website with the directions as well. Very, very tasty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Menu Monday, and if you made it to the end of the video, please leave me a flower emoji. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I'll see you next Monday. I love you guys. Bye-bye.